people should go to, well, they must go see Craig and Shaw play these parts. Is one of the reasons they must. Uh, and and they should, because I think it's going to, once again, to me, the biggest thing about theater is that it makes you feel something. And I think whether whether or not you like what it makes you feel, and I think that this show will make you feel, and it will make you want to discuss things afterwards. And so, for that reason, I think people should go see it. Um, I personally think the writing's good, but I would. I don't always think that about my writing, though. But I think that there are things in the script that are just well done, and with those actors, I don't think people want to miss that. I think it's something that people are going to talk about. If we get it right, it's gonna be legendary, iconic, whatever you want to say. Hi, I'm Jiggs Burgess. I'm the author of Wounded. And if you want to know more about this play, just keep listening. And oh gosh, Wounded's a twisted little tale. It came to me as I was sitting on my back porch watching my hummingbirds, and you'll see how that's that's definitely where it comes from when you see the play. Uh, it's it's a tale that I've been obsessed in the last few years with justice and revenge. And when is it justice and when is it revenge? And this doesn't deal with the justice part. This is really about revenge. But I had this, and I had that voice of the lead character, and I knew that he had been wounded, and I knew he was an incredibly um, wounded character. But I also felt, knew he was funny, and that he would amuse people. Um, but I had he wouldn't leave me alone until I wrote him, number one. And it just turned out that this obsession of mine with justice and revenge fits in with that character really well. Um, and once again, I don't want to go too far into that. Maybe saying it's about revenge is actually too far, because the first um, probably third of the play, you're just going to love him. You're just gonna, he's gonna be, I think, somebody you want to know. And the last third, I think you're gonna understand just how damaged this guy is and how dark he can be. So, well, it's about Carrol. Carrol is he is a mediocre writer at best. He's had three books published. One was made into a movie. It was the worst movie, the only movie that Meryl Streep ever did that got bad reviews, according to him. And but he's been forced to move back to his hometown uh, to take care of his mother. He promised his father before he died that he would do this, even though he has brothers that could do some of this. He's promised that he would. And in doing that, it just has dredged up a lot of pain for him over the years, until we get to this point where this friend comes to visit. And I say friend loosely, but the friend dredges up more childhood, junior high, high school pain um, for him. And it's I think it's he had a revenge fantasy, and he sees the opening to actually make that fantasy real. Yeah, I think that theme is that we're all damaged, and some of us are more damaged than others, and hide it until we can't anymore. I think that's the major theme for that show. Craig Taggart has been with this show from the earliest drafts as a reader. He just had came in with the right voice, the right attitude. Um, it was I didn't think I'd be ever be able to find anybody that was exactly what I wanted for this part. And this actor can do it. He's just incredible in this role. It's like I had written it for him, but I had not. Um, and then Shaw, who plays Robert, the second character, he was a friend of Craig's, who we were auditioning, and Craig said, "Well, I've got this person who'd like to." And from that first tape, it was just amazing. And so the two of them together are going to blow this show out of the water. If the show doesn't do well, it's not because of them. It's the script, because they're just incredible. I think they're going to be surprised with their change of feeling for Carrol. I think they're going to be surprised with what he's made of. Without kind of going any further, I think some of the things he brings up will surprise. Now, I also think that we have to warn people. There's a lot of um, sexual kind of violence that he talks about. So that's, I'm hoping that we get that warning out so that it doesn't surprise people in that way, and that's not a good thing. But I think they're going to be surprised by the fact that they're going to go home and they're going to feel conflicted by these characters. Who's right, who's wrong, and I don't think there is an answer to that. From my point of view, the people, actors and technicians and writers and theater people in general should get involved with P3, because it's an authentic production company. They care about the writing, they care about the acting, they care about the technical aspects. From my point of view, from what I have, and they're honest, and that's sometimes hard to find in this business. And John is just incredibly supportive, and I think I'm not the only one he's supportive to. I think he's just one of those people who is incredibly supportive and creative, and wants things done in a very honest and authentic way. And I think that's a must. So should have, but should. But I think people need to get involved with P3 for that reason, whether it's a volunteer or as an actor, technician, director. Theater companies like P3, the small theater companies like John has, is they need people's donations, and they need money to they produce people that wouldn't get produced, say the Manhattan Theater Club, or any of the big LA or Chicago or New York producers. It probably wouldn't touch me because I'm not known. Um, and with John, he saw a script that he liked, he thought would work, he kind of fell in love with, um, and he went with it. And small theater companies can do that, and it's important that we have that, because how does a writer or an actor or a director get known if they don't have a company like P3 to start with, to help them, to nudge them along and to do their work. Um, and that's why people should get involved and donate and do what they can for companies like P3. It's incredibly important to our cultural life in this country. Our cultural life is kind of falling apart right now, and it needs all the help it can get. People should go to, well, they must go see Craig and Shaw play these parts. Is one of the reasons they must. Uh, and they should, because I think it's going to, once again, to me, the biggest thing about theater is that it makes you feel something. And I think whether whether or not you like what it makes you feel, and I think that this show will make you feel, and it will make you want to discuss things afterwards. And so for that reason, I think people should go see it. Um, I personally think the writing's good, but I would. I don't always think that about my writing though. But I think that there are things in the script that are just well done. And with those actors, I don't think people want to miss that. I think it's something that people are going to talk about. If we get it right, it's gonna be legendary, iconic, whatever you want to say. Hi, I'm Jiggs Burgess. I am the playwright of Wounded. And I beg you to come see this show because you're going to see some performances that are going to blow you out of the water. So come see us. See you at the theater.